Well, hello, hello. Doing another little tasting session. This one kind of got like mixed feelings about because you already know from the title, it's a small batch blend from Cornell and Diehl. Before we get into that, I should probably make another video about this, but I don't have enough information, and I'm not really that big of a Sutliff guy to like make a whole video on it, so I won't. Just like my thoughts on STG acquiring Sutliff and what else? McBaron. Not like the biggest McBaron guy. I do like some of this stuff, but my favorite McBaron blend was discontinued anyway, which is the HH Syrian Latakia. So I don't have like a whole. I don't really have like a big opinion on it. I mean, in a way, it's kind of a bummer, but also like I feel like we need to be realistic about what blends are going to be around, going to be kept around, because every year worldwide there is less tobacco grown. Like less acreage of tobacco is grown every year worldwide. So we can't realistically like keep every pipe tobacco blend alive forever, right? Like it's not realistic, or for like an extended period of time when when STG, Scandinavian Tobacco Group, when they acquire a brand, they're going to look at it and go, okay, what is viable for us to still produce and be profitable? Like it sucks for like the couple people out there that like I don't even know a blend, whatever blend in the Sutliff or McBaron line like was their favorite, and now they're not going to be able to get it, or at least get it new. Maybe you can scrounge on the internet and find some that's still available. But once it's gone, type of thing. Like that's unfortunate for those specific people, obviously. Um, but just realistically, based on the supply and the demand and the production of actual tobacco leaf, something has to give. So they have to make that decision. I don't know. I mean, I'm talking a lot for STG, and I don't know exactly what the process is, but I can imagine that a lot of it comes down to what can we still produce reliably and be profitable. And the list that they put out is the list. It's like the initial list. Potentially down the line, a year or two, whatever, maybe they'll bring back other blends, other Sutliff blends, or other McBaron blends that originally were axed. I mean, they're still gonna have they're buying the rights to the recipes and all the intellectual property, so they'll have all of it. They could continue to potentially, um, they could reproduce those in the future. I don't know. Anyway, just some quick thoughts. Smoking a little Radice straight pot looking deal. And Cornell and Diehl small batch 2024. So this is a Carolina Red Flake. This is pretty, I think this is a pure Virginia flake. Even though it says Carolina Red Flake, these are Virginias. And that's it. I think I got like 8 or 10 or 12 tins of this, which is a little bit more than what I normally get of the Carolina Red Flakes. And I'm glad I got that much, and I kind of wish I got more because I can see this being extremely good in about 10 years or more. Because it is already very good. It's already very deep, very bready. There's like that sweet, like grainy, grassy note. Um, there's a little bit of like a plummy, like stone fruit type of note. This is already like so good. So good. If you have an opportunity to get your hands on some of this, I definitely recommend it. I've really enjoyed it. It's going to be very difficult for me to not want to keep opening these tins, but I really want to keep at least a few for more long-term aging because I think they're going to be really wonderful in like 10 to 15 years. I mean, this is what you want from a straight red Virginia. It's just so good. It's so solid. I mean, and it doesn't feel like a straight red Virginia or a straight Virginia. A lot of times, straight Virginias are just kind of airy. They're kind of thin. They're kind of thin. This is not that. This is very, it's very like thick and savory and robust, and it's just so like it's like very complex for just like a Virginia only uh, tobacco. I don't think that if I didn't know what it was and someone gave it to me and said, "Hey, smoke this. Tell me what you think it is." I think I would probably say it's a Virginia and it's got a little bit of Kentucky and a little bit of Perique in it because that's kind of what it comes across as. A little bit of savory, a little bit of sweet, a little bit of like that peppery sort of earthy note there. It's just, it's weird. It's kind of crazy how complex it is for just being a straight Virginia. Very satisfying. Very satisfying. So as you can tell, I'm a big fan. I'm a big fan of it. I really like it. I don't I don't really have anything else to say about it. I think it's really good, and I wish I would have got more. I mean, if I would have bought 20 tins, I probably wish I would have had 25. Um, so I don't remember exactly how many I got, but whatever it is, I'll have to do because I probably won't buy any more. And um, I would kind of like for one of you to be able to find it and get it, potentially as well. So about once a year, I'll get some of my knives out and I'll sharpen them up and clean them up and things like that. And I have one that doesn't have a sheath. I think I bought it at a gun show or something like that for like $10, and I just thought it was a cool shape. And I just like these old fixed blades. But I wish I could find a sheath for it, but I would kind of want to find something that's like an original type sheath. And this one's had work done. You can tell it's got like some waviness in it where you could tell like it had rusted and then it's been sanded and polished down and things like that. So, but here, this is what it is. It's this old marbles. It's an old marbles knife, and you can see like a little bit of surface rust there. It's fine, you know. It's like it's a bummer, but it is kind of is what it is. But I really like these old marbles and these old case knives that are like made in USA. This one says Gladstone, Michigan, USA on it. Well, I can shave with it. I mean, it'll take it. It's taking hair off my wrist, so I mean, it's sharp. I I got it pretty good and sharp. But I kind of like how they did these blades. They used to do these blades. They're like real tapered and stuff like that. Versus like another one I got. Mm, not that one. Well, it's kind of a good example too, I guess. This one's got like it doesn't show up on camera as much, but it's got like a very defined like edge, like edge part here. Whereas this one, it just kind of like transitions down. It's kind of funny. It's kind of interesting. Um, this one's a knife that was made by an old guy that lived around here. He passed away a few years ago. His name was Mike Sheridan, and he used to make knives, and I mean they're really good. Um, you know, he kind of specialized in like hunting knives and stuff like that. Super good knives. He ended up selling a knife to someone down in Southern California, and the guy hit him up and said, "I'll buy every knife you ever make." I don't know if he had a store or what he was wanting to do with them, but Mike was like, "No, that's okay." It's like I got my local. I got local customers. I got this and that. He's like, I'm not in it for that. You know, it's okay. I appreciate it, but no thanks. It's kind of interesting. But here's another one. This is probably the best marbles that I have in terms of condition. It's like brand new. But this one also is Gladstone, Michigan, USA. And now all these things are made in China, pretty sure. You know, pretty sure marbles for the last, like, I don't even know how many years, 20 years or so, have been all made in China. But this is a knife that I would actually consider, like taking out, like hunting. I mean, the other one I would too. The other one I would also if it had a sheath. The funny thing about this knife is this sheath is obviously not the correct sheath for this knife. Um, so I don't I don't know what happened there. This is another one. This is a gun show, $20 at a gun show or something. And it's like you can't really go wrong. But it stays in this sheath. It's fine. It's just I think when it was funny when I picked it up at the gun show, I thought, oh, I'm not the biggest fan of this, this shape of knife, but I pulled it out and I went, oh, but I really like that shape. And I was like, oh, it's kind of funny. I don't know. I don't have a whole lot of knives. I got a few, but um, I'm not like a big knife collector. But if I see a good marbles that I like the shape of, that's a USA made one, I'll buy it if it's not too bad of a price. So anyway, that's about it. So we talked about STG, talked about Carolina Red Flake, we talked about some knives. I think that's about good for now. I probably the next video I'll do is a top five. I'll probably do a top five. My like top five as of right now. I'm not like really into the top five of 2024, top five of the beginning of 2025. Just like like my five tobaccos that if I was stranded on a desert island, these five tobaccos would be the ones I'd pick. I'll probably do something like that. But I got to run down the tins. I got some tins here, and I got some tins at my parents' place. So I'd like to be able to like actually show the tin instead of just being like, my favorite is blah, and then not have a tin to show you. So I'm going to run that down. But we'll do that, and then we'll get that together, and hopefully the next week or two. Hopefully. And that should be it. That should be the next one. So until that time, hope you all are being safe. Anyone in Southern California, anyone that watches videos in Southern California, I hope you're safe down there. I hope, everything's doing okay. Obviously, not everyone is okay. So that's unfortunate, and I hope that you're able to at least keep safe personally. And yeah, that's pretty much it. It's very difficult to talk about that. Obviously, it's a real bad, it's a unfortunate situation. But anyway, other than that, I will see you on the next one. All right. Happy smokes, and stay safe. Okay. Adios.